Posted by you/throw_ra_wifekiss. A bit of context. I, 41M, have been with my wife, 41F, since we were 18, but we never had a great bedroom life after the first year, maybe once or twice a year of bedroom intimacy at most since then. At the moment, it's been almost 3 years of no action, and although it bothers me, I love her and our kids, so I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. I know plenty of friends in the same situation. Another bit of context is that I've always been mildly overweight but still fit, as I played a lot of sports until about 10 years ago when I got really ill. A mixture of meds and comfort eating made me balloon up to nearly 300 pounds. Well, 2 years ago, I decided to do something about it, and now I'm around 200 pounds, which at 6 feet 2 inches is the lightest I've been as an adult. I've actually enjoyed using weights, and for the first time in my life, I have a bit of abs and some muscle. My wife, having always been far more attractive, is pretty obviously insecure about the fact that, for the first time since we've been together, women are starting to look at me and message me on my baking pages on social media. For the record, I've never even looked at another woman in that way. On to the night in question, my wife went out with some friends, a mix of single and in relationship friends. She looked stunning, and I told her so. I even updated my phone's home screen to that picture of her, lol. One of the friends she was out with messaged me about 3 months ago, and the gist was that she knows I get no action. My wife doesn't realize how lucky she is, and basically asked if I wanted to hook up. I obviously took a screenshot and instantly sent it to my wife. Around 4 a.m., my wife gets home, and she wakes me up as she gets into bed. I'm half awake but can tell something is wrong, so I ask what the matter is. She doesn't say anything for a few seconds, and as I go to grab her hand, she pulls away. I ask if she wants me to get her a drink, and she says no. Then she just blurts it out and says, "I met a guy tonight. He kissed me." I didn't kiss back at first, but then I did. Then for the next half hour, we were dancing and constantly kissing. She kept saying sorry and begging me not to leave her. My honest first reaction was, so what? It's only kissing and dancing. I didn't say that, I just hugged her and tried to calm her down. An hour or so later, once I found the right words, I said, "I know you feel really guilty, but please don't. I'm not going to leave you and break up our family over some kissing and dancing. I don't love you any less than I did yesterday, and this isn't something that's going to grow and cause resentment." More or less right on cue, my phone goes off, and it's that friend of hers with a picture and a video of what my wife was doing. This set my wife off again, but my feelings still haven't changed, and a month later, that remains the case. In the months since then, my wife has accused me of not loving her because I didn't care. She's accused me of kissing other people and more, saying that I didn't care because I was covering up my own indiscretions. She's also accused me of being gay multiple times, which doesn't make sense. She keeps asking why I haven't initiated anything with her, even though in the past, she's told me she hates being touched and not to ever try anything with her, which I have respected. She's basically projecting, and it's annoying me as it's putting a strain on us, which she is 100% causing. How do I get through to her that she needs to stop feeling guilty and just move on because I have, as it's not a big deal? I was genuinely more annoyed when she broke my baking bowl and tried to blame it on the cat, lol. Edit. Hi all, I just wanted to say thank you so much for taking the time to respond to me. I really do appreciate it, and I'm overwhelmed that you all took the time. I keep getting asked a few questions, so I thought I'd address them here. Over the years, we have been to a few different couples counselors and bedroom therapists, the latest being last September for both. My wife always feels like she's being victimized by them, and we end up stopping. Nearly all have said they think she is asexual, with 2 even saying she is displaying a lot of signs of being a closeted lesbian, which I have brought up to her before, but she is adamant that she's not. On that note, I've received a lot of messages suggesting that she wants to feel wanted and that I should be more forward with her. This is not true. In all our sessions, she has said she doesn't want me trying anything with her, she doesn't even want me to initiate hugs, and just bringing up bedroom intimacy makes her feel pressured. She made it clear to me and our therapist that if she ever has bedroom intimacy without her initiating it, it will be no more than pity smashing. As for those saying I don't love her, I buy her flowers every Friday on the way home from work, I bake her favorite cookies or cupcakes every weekend, I send her voice notes of songs I'm listening to that remind me of her, I tell her I love her every day, and I run her a bath every night. This isn't me showing off, this is how I was brought up to show love, for those suggesting I must have been raised in an unloving home. People have said that if I don't get jealous, I don't love her. If she told me she was having an emotional affair, spending hours on the phone with someone else, laughing and joking, snuggling on a sofa eating chocolates and watching TV with someone, I'd be devastated. But a dance and a kiss isn't a big deal to me and isn't even close to something that would lead to divorce. Thank you all again for reading. Edit. It's 7 a.m. now, the day after I posted this. I've been talking to my wife since 6, and I told her she has a week to agree to go back to couples counseling, and this time, she has to stick it out and not just accuse them of taking sides and refuse to go back. She said no. She said they all bully her and make her out to be the bad guy. She said I went back on my word that I forgive her and won't resent her. I said this isn't about the kiss, it's about her reaction since the kiss and that it feels like she's purposely trying to drive me away and make me leave her. She just got up and stormed out of the room. She then got dressed and said she's going out until I go to work. Update 112 days later. It's been nearly 2 weeks since I made the post, and the short update is that we are getting divorced. In my last post, I mentioned that I asked her to go back to couples counseling and bedroom therapy. She said no to both, as we had gone before and she felt bullied. At bedroom therapy, she stated that unless she initiates any touching, not just bedroom intimacy, but any physical contact like hugs or hand-holding, it will be against her will and will be forced or pity affection from her. The bedroom therapist said that was very unreasonable, which is why she felt bullied there. I also tried to ask her a few questions. Are you a lesbian or at least bi? Don't be stupid. Are you asexual? I'm not a teenager with a stupid label. What did he have that I don't? Nothing, I just wanted to do it. Why don't you ever want to do that with me? Don't know. What can I do to make you want to do that with me? Don't know. Do you want me to take the initiative and try it on with you more? Hell no, I'll tell you when I want it, don't guess. So, she refused the therapy and gave me no straight answers. She also said I've gone back on my word about not letting the kiss split us up, claiming that now it is. I explained that it's not the kiss but her behavior since then that has made me want a divorce. She said that since it's my decision to divorce and it's all my fault, I should be the one to tell our kids, and she wants no part of it. That was hard. As soon as the kids were told, my wife left for her sisters, and in the 3 days since, I haven't heard anything from her. I've tried speaking to her about the kids because they miss her, but she reads my messages and ignores me. A lot of people asked about the friend and why they still talk after she tried it on with me. From what I understand, my wife tried to get the friend group to cut her out, but they all pretty much refused, so my wife just chose to ignore her in group settings. On the night in question, the friend approached my wife and told her that if she didn't tell me, she would send me the video. So, my wife didn't tell me because she felt guilty, but because she was forced to. I've also spoken to a couple of other friends in the group and asked what's been going on that I'm not privy to. Apparently, my wife was dirty texting one of her friend's boyfriends a couple of years ago. My wife has also been boasting about how she has me under her thumb, how she gets away with giving me nothing, and how I'm too scared to ask for anything. The friend apparently saw me out shopping one day and decided I was now more smashable and thought she'd try to exact some revenge on my wife. So, she didn't really want me, I was just a pawn in this weird friend group's many internal beefs with each other, which I've found out about in the last few days. Basically, they all seem to hate each other and mess with each other's partners. I'll be honest now, and I feel incredibly guilty about it, but when she left, my body and soul seemed to take a massive sigh of relief. It was like a black cloud that was dripping eggshells on the floor for me to constantly avoid has gone. I feel terrible for feeling this way, but I feel like I'm at my full 6 feet 2 inches height now, rather than a browbeaten 3-foot person who was scared to even say anything for fear of being told I'm wrong, insulted, or ridiculed. It's like the blinkers have been taken off. I spent the day today baking with my kids, eating Easter eggs, and watching cartoons, and I haven't stopped smiling all day. I haven't winced or broken out in a sweat worrying I'm about to be told off for being too noisy, watching the wrong thing on TV, or leaving a wrapper on the floor, etc. Thank you everyone for your support on my last post. I appreciate you all. Update 2 1 week later. After my last update, a lot of people commented and messaged me, asking if I was sure my kids are mine. This thought had never entered my head until I read what people said. Last Thursday, I ordered a paternity test, sent it on Friday, and I'm now awaiting the results. At this point, I don't really care, it won't change my love for them, but I'm terrified that if they come back as not biologically mine, I'll lose them. I discussed this with my lawyer last week, who said that if they aren't mine, it will be much, much harder to get any kind of custody. I told him that if it comes to that, I'll keep fighting until the end. Blood or not, they are my boys. Speaking of the boys, my soon-to-be ex has seen them a couple of times with her mom, who is genuinely a nice person, and the kids have been fine. I can't say the same about my baking equipment, though. She came into the house last Friday when she knew I was out, took a lot of it, and purposely broke some items she knew had sentimental value to me, which came from my grandma and my mom. I can't prove she did anything, and she brought the stuff back on Sunday, claiming she just borrowed the items. I love baking, and she is slowly ruining it for me. I had already deleted my Instagram page because she was insecure about the women who followed me, and this time, she must have remembered I was making a cake for my niece's birthday and tried to sabotage it. I've made notes and screenshots of everything. As many of you rightly predicted, she had also been cheating on me a lot, although there's no evidence yet that it was physical from what I can tell. Her friend, who is also in this WhatsApp group where women basically just post intimate pics of themselves and men comment, sent me a lot more screenshots of photos she's taken, all around our house, blatantly in our bedroom in some of them, and even one standing against my car. Also, a few of these friends are single, and when they hook up with someone, my wife will add the guy on Facebook and has basically been offering herself to them. One of the friends messaged one of the guys who still had the chats in his Facebook DMs and sent the friend a load of screenshots to pass on to me. All in all, I must have over 100 screenshots of stuff she's been saying and sending to people, and all of it is within the last couple of years, so it probably goes back even further. As for the divorce, it's still in the early stages. Some days I want to fight, and other days I just want to give her everything, materially, not the kids, and walk away to start fresh, just so I can get this over with. Edit. I got the DNA results, and my sons are mine. Update 2 months later. I have moved back to my hometown and given my ex the house. I know people won't be happy with that, but I just wanted a clean break and no ties to her or that city. The kids are with me, and they see their mom on weekends, provided I make the 5-hour round trip to drop them off on Saturday morning and then make the same trip Sunday afternoon to pick them up. I know, again, people will say I'm doing what she wants, but if it makes my kids happy, it makes me happy. She seems okay with this arrangement, although she has flaked twice already. Once the kids say they no longer want to go, I won't take them. The divorce is still going through but won't be done for a few more months yet, according to my lawyer. I'm baking a lot more now and loving it. Thank you to everyone who has thought about me, you are all so great. Update for 1.5 months later. My ex-wife messaged me yesterday, saying she no longer wants to see our 2 kids and is happy to give them away in our divorce. For context, my ex-wife said it was too far for her to travel to have them on weekends, so every Saturday morning, I've been driving them up to her and then picking them back up Sunday evening so they could see their mom. We'd make fun trips out of it, we'd take snacks, play audiobooks, have sing-alongs, etc., but I noticed they always seemed happier to be picked up than taken there. I just assumed it was because all their stuff and their main home was with me. My ex has started to cancel these weekends a bit recently, 3 of the last 5, she's canceled. She's started saying things like, they don't like me anyway, and, you've poisoned them, which is not true. I have never said a bad word about their mom to them or in front of them, and I never would. Plus, I make 2 4-hour round trips every weekend so she can see them and they can see her. I'll be honest, every Saturday after I drop them off, I cry all the way home. I miss them so much. They are my little best mates. Every night after dinner, we all do our chores and then do a different activity together. Sometimes it's a walk in the woods behind my house, or we bake, have movie nights, or read books together. I'm quite good with my hands and love making and fixing things, whether it's baking, cooking, DIY, or car repairs, and they have started to take an interest too. We have a couple of projects on the go, like building a kind of Wendy house for them, but it will have games consoles, a fridge for their drinks and snacks, etc. Plus, we're also building a couple of petrol go-karts from scratch for them to race at a nearby track when they're done, which they are designing themselves and we're building together. Basically, my life is taken up with them during the week, and then on the weekends, I feel like a lost zombie until it's time to go get them. Then yesterday, I received a short text from her saying she no longer wants to see them, that all they do is ask for me anyway, they don't have fun there, and they basically get in the way. I was absolutely heartbroken for my boys, and I called her straight away. I'll be honest, I started crying because I felt so bad for them, and she genuinely acted like I was annoying her for wanting to get to the bottom of it. She then said, sounds like you don't want them either and are just trying to palm them off at the weekends, and hung up on me. I don't even know how I'm going to tell them this. Do I just say she's cancelled for a few weeks and see how it goes? Do I tell them the truth? How do I say it in a way that kids will understand and that won't absolutely crush them? Then I've got the conflicting, selfish emotion of pure joy that I'll have the whole weekends with them. It's so selfish of me, I know, as they are going to be sad while I'm happy. Has anyone been in a similar situation, from my side or the kids' side? How do I handle this? Update 5 1 month later. So, as far as her giving up her parental rights, it's a lot harder than I thought. Both my lawyer and hers have told me that it's difficult to do this in the UK, and neither of them has seen a judge allow it unless there is a risk of physical or intimate harm to the children. However, they've also said they've never presented a case like this to a judge where both parties fully agree to it. They've drafted an agreement where we both agree that my ex-wife will no longer have responsibilities toward our children, including financially. Now, we're just waiting to get a court date, but they said that could be months away. On to the hardest part, telling my kids. To be honest, I haven't done it yet. For the first couple of weeks, I just told them that mom had cancelled again when they asked, and my eldest, in particular, seemed pretty relieved each time. Last weekend, they didn't even ask. It's been over a month now since they've seen her. My eldest has also told me that he doesn't like going there anyway because all she does is sleep and shout. The other day, he mentioned that he prefers his new house and feels more relaxed here. I feel terrible, as I was obviously missing signs before that he wasn't fully happy when we were together as a family. At least he's more comfortable now. I had a bit of a wobble last night with my youngest. He was watching The Land Before Time, and then he started saying he misses his mom and began crying. It was full-blown tears and a complete breakdown, and it was awful to see. While I was holding him, I started crying too, but I made sure he couldn't see. I didn't say anything bad about his mom or tell him that she doesn't want to see him anymore. I just hugged him, stroked his hair, and told him I'll always be here for him. I reassured him that he can always come to me if he's upset, happy, or just wants to be silly, and that I'll never push him away. Once they were in bed, I was in pieces. I blamed myself for leaving their mom, questioning why I couldn't be stronger and just live with it for a few more years until they were adults. It was me who left. It's me who's made them drive up and down the country every weekend, unsettling them and uprooting their lives. At 2 a.m. this morning, I drafted a text to my wife asking her to get back together and to be a mom again. Luckily, I didn't send it. I got about 3 hours of sleep, but I feel better this morning. None of her family have been in touch either, to try and maintain a relationship with the boys. It's horrible, to be honest, but they are the ones missing out on these 2 amazing kids. One of her cousins messages me every so often, but she asks more about me than the kids, so that either feels like an ulterior motive or a trap, which I'm not falling into. As for my divorce, my lawyer has said it should hopefully be finalized before Christmas. Not that it'll make much difference. I don't wear my ring, and she has a new 20-year-old boyfriend, not the guy she cheated with. Still, it will be nice to finally be able to say ex-wife and have it be official.